more time. High stems, they're a natural part of life when you live in what amounts to two farmhouses shoved vaguely near each other and then clabbered over. The actual joint between the two houses is incredibly visible right up through the middle there. And it creates these massive walls of ice. So I have already bent a rake in an attempt to knock them loose. The weight is so much that they're starting to rip the screws out of the sheet metal and rip the fascia apart, and you can see the whole belly there. So this weight's got to come down off of the house, and we're gonna do it. We're gonna do it Montana style with a vintage tool. This ought to be silly. And what is it you're doing with the chunks of ice?
Taking chunks of ice, using that as a barrier for the snow thing not melting. I didn't know there was two farmhouses built together. I thought it was a house all built from scratch.
Nope, not this thing. This thing is at least two, maybe more farmhouses stuck together. I can hear it cracking. Oh. It's making crunching noises. Are you ready?
Uh-huh.
That poor rake. That was a lot of weight. I kept expecting it to come off on its own. It just never did. You can see where the paint popped off from the flexing, and the bows come back out of it. There's still a fair bit of weight up there, but that'll be fine. Luckily now, see, that water was getting trapped behind this curl and then freezing every night. Hopefully now it can just come off. Some years there are screws embedded in it when it comes out. But last year I went and replaced them with longer, and even when the long ones ripped out, fatter. Now, you can't just put these away. They're going to have to be dried off, thoroughly dried off with air or something like that, and then oiled. But well, as long as they're dried and oiled, no harm, no foul.
Did you know actually, Dad, in the ice cube thing, they use saws like that you just use. So that's a old vintage piece.
This isn't an ice saw. This is a...
Probably a wood saw.
That's a cross cut. So this is what you would use after you fell your tree to cut it into chunks. But, yeah. This is the one I found in the walls of the barn. Cleaned her up. It's got a name on it, I can't read it. Cleaned it up. unfortunately had a mouse nest above it, so they peed all over it for lots of years. But cleaned it up, sharpened it, you know, not necessarily half-heartedly, but sharpened it some, and put it back into service.